Big exciting news as a new bill is introduced regarding the COLA for your Social Security, Railroad benefits, Veterans benefits, and Disability SSDI, SSI benefits. How does that impact the COLA announcement by Social Security yesterday? Meantime, new data indicating what Mitch is really doing with the president. Is Mitch worried about the president? Is the president worried about Mitch? Spoiler alert, none of the above, and you shouldn't be worried either. This is incredible, great news on a Friday. I have it all ready for you, and this is McConnell versus Trump. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is an afternoon edition of McConnell versus Trump, in a video in which you have to watch because I'm covering a lot of stuff. I'm initially going to go over McConnell and Trump, what is going on with him, and then I'll be turning to that COLA issue. If you've not subscribed to this channel, because we're at 293 and we're trying to get to 300, 7,000 away. Let's get there. 7,000 more subscribers, and then the celebration starts. Absolutely, categorically incredible. What a great family this has become. Also, like this video. In this video, I'm first going to go over the McConnell versus Trump issue, because it's now clear, and I know there's a lot of confusion out there, so I'm going to make the fake narratives clear and correct. So stay with me on that. Then, shortly near the 10-minute mark in this video, I will be going over what a lot of you have been DMing me, tweeting me, saying, can you explain what's going on with COLA and SSDI, SSI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, and Veterans benefits. I detailed it yesterday in this time slot, but I'm bringing it back and I'm doing it a little bit slower because apparently a lot of you want to know about it. So there you go. And then if there's time, I will be going a little bit more over FPUC 2.0 and Mnuchin's plan. All right, let's get to the incredible news. The incredible great news as we sit here today is that Mitch McConnell is really a non-factor, and I don't want you to think anything about what's happening next week with Mitch. Here are the couple things that I want to go over with you, fact or fiction. Fact, that Mitch is trying to block, question. Is Mitch trying to block the president's deal with Nancy Pelosi? Answer, no. Is Mitch trying to say my bill instead of the president's bill? No. Is Mitch trying to say that I'm going to get all the GOP senators in the Senate and vote against the president's bill? No. Is Mitch trying to block anything that the president and Nancy Pelosi are doing? No. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, why is it all no's when just days ago it looked like that it was a yes? Let me explain to you what's going on, and it takes a second to explain. What's going on is that Mitch is doing things for Mitch's purpose, for himself, not to undermine the president, but to protect Mitch's role in government. Let me explain. There's two things that could happen on election night. Mitch McConnell may watch the Senate stay Republican or may watch the Senate go Democrat. Mitch McConnell, by all means, is going to get reelected himself as the senator for Kentucky. But if the Senate goes Democrat, will Mitch McConnell be the Senate minority leader? And if it stays Republican, will Mitch McConnell be the Senate majority leader? That's what Mitch wants more than anything else, more than your stimulus, I know, more than the president's stimulus, I know. He wants to retain his job of power. And to do that, he's introducing a bill for political theater only. There's no bill going to be approved next week. It's not going to become a law. It's never going to go anywhere. It's not even going to get press coverage, probably. It's just to say, hey, I'm the leader of the Senate, and I'll be the minority of the leader of the Senate if we lose the Senate, but I'm going to do everything that my group of buddies in the Senate want me to do, and I'm going to keep them as a united force. What's important to understand here is that's what he's doing. And by doing that, he's not working against the president. He's just doing something for his own personal agenda. So I seen some comments that says Mitch is going to block anything Donald Trump says. No. Donald Trump last night, Savannah Guthrie was asked, this is incredible great news, he's asked, hey, do you have Republican support for Mitch McConnell and the GOP if you go higher, if you're at 1.8 trillion? Yes, I have the support. I have the support. How about what they're offered, what they're doing with that bill? Doesn't mean anything about what we're doing. They're going to support me. I have the Republican support. To explain this more is a very good news analyst. This is not a factual story. It's an analyst story by an individual named Ian Shepherdson, a chief economist at Pantheon Economics. He says that McConnell is doing a $500 billion bill for his own purpose, not to get it law and not to work against the president. My members, this is McConnell talking, my members think we've laid out a $500 billion highly targeted is the best way to go, so that's what I'm going to put on the floor. He's not saying that they don't think the president's idea is going to work. He just says this is what my group wants to do. But ultimately, what McConnell is doing is he does not want to, quote, split the party to death, to death by doing half of the party for Donald's bill and half of the party for Mitch's bill. What does this mean? It means, according to Shepherdson, that what McConnell is doing is saying, hey, we can't do this before the election. Because if we do this before the election, we're going to split the party. If this sounds familiar, it should. I detailed this to you a week ago, that there's a plot from Nancy Pelosi to cannibalize the Republicans in the Senate and make half of the Senate go Mitch's way and half of the Senate the president's way. Not going to happen. Basically, what Mitch McConnell is trying to do is keep his group of buddies happy in the Senate while not breaking up anyone and not fighting against the president. It's also a way to make himself look good for purposes of being minority leader if the Senate goes Democratic, or still majority leader. He wants those jobs. He gets paid more money. It's a job of power. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, bottom line is the bill next week, don't worry about it. Is Mitch blocking the president? No, Mitch is not blocking the president. Is Mitch, initially it looked like he was blocking the president. Now he's not. He's clearly not. He's just doing something to get himself reelected. And I know it's sort of hard to grasp it, but that's really what's going on. The president's not worried about it. You should not be worried about it. We remain focused on getting to the finish line. All right, let me go to the next thing, which is the COLA. A lot of people were asking me about the COLA. There's two parts to this COLA issue for Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, all my benefits viewers. Let me explain what COLA is, and let me explain what is going on. All right. What's going on is that cost of living adjustment is given every year, potentially, to your Social Security or benefit. I'm just call it benefits checks to make it simple. Is added on your benefits checks potentially every year since the start of the program. And it's called COLA, standing for Cost of Living Adjustment. It's an add-on, $10, $20. What has been the COLA adjustment historically? Historically, there have been 3 years in the entire history of benefits where no COLA adjustment occurred. 2010, 2011, and 2016, they gave you no COLA add-on. They didn't give you that extra $10 for cost of living adjustment that year, or an extra $20. They gave you 0. So those 3 years were the lowest ever. All right, so then what's the next lowest ever? Next year. Next year, Social Security is proposing a 1.3% COLA adjustment. Yesterday, if you're on benefits and you get stuff electronically by email and stuff like that, you would have gotten an email that said, hi, here we are. Guess what? Next year's COLA is 1.3. And you may have looked at it like, 1.3? What the hell's 1.3? It is nearly nothing. What does COLA at 1.3% means? It means if you take your current benefits check and you times it by 1.3, you're getting that amount additional. So if your benefits check, by example, is $100 a month, you're going to get $1.30 more per month. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's what it means. The average COLA adjustment will be about $20 more per month. All right, so now you're up to date as to what happened before yesterday. Now let me tell you what's going on with COLA today. Well, two very commendable, I got to really commend these congressional Democrat representatives. I'm really happy they've done this. This is really showing someone doing good stuff here. Representative Peter DeFazio, Italian, Democrat out of Oregon, and John Larson, Democrat out of Connecticut. So we got both sides of the country represented. I love this. Are introducing a bill today, and it's for a 3% increase for COLA next year instead of 1.3. 3.0 instead of 1.3. The bill that they are introducing to the House of Representatives, Temple Doom's house, is called the Emergency Social Security COLA for 2021 Act. Does that have an acronym? ESSC2A. It doesn't spell a nice thing with hero or something like that. It's just, The Emergency Social Security COLA Act for 2021 will be introduced today. And so it's asking for 3%. Why? Because of pandemic. It's basically saying, hey, we have all these people who are seniors who are on benefits that need more adjustments because the pandemic cost of living is more expensive. And you know what? There's inflation. There's stagflation, potentially. Prices are going up. Food costs more. Utilities cost more. Pandemic's hitting. It costs more to live. So why are we at 1.3, the second lowest ever? I mean, why not be 0 if you're at 1.3? So they're saying that's not enough. Do 3%. I don't know where they got the 3%, so don't give me a Harris Sanders thing. I need $2,000 every month for 6 months. I just, I don't write these bills. I'm just reporting it. I don't know what an appropriate COLA would be. I would assume more than 3%, but, I'm happy that they're doing 3%. What was their news statement? Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, seniors are facing additional financial burdens in order to stay safe. This absolutely anemic COLA won't even come close to helping those afford their everyday expenses, let alone those exacerbated by COVID-19. So DeFazio also said, raising the COLA to 3% for 2021 will provide seniors with an immediate, crucial lifeline during the ongoing crisis. It's also important that Congress provides a permanent fix to the COLA formula that actually reflects the costs to seniors face. Now, full disclosure, before I get, some comments, there's not a lot out about this bill. I have not seen the bill. So I understand in these comments he's talking only about seniors. He's not talking about SSDI. He's not talking about veterans. And so I don't know for certain how broad this act covers. So that's my full disclosure. Second, the news reports about this act are very slim. I mean, they're not robust news articles. This one was from CNBC. There was a few others I looked at, and I couldn't find more details about how comprehensive this act is. They did in the CNBC news articles talk about SSDI, SSI, Social Security, railroad benefits. They did talk about how much the increases would be at 1.3 and at 3%, and it was about $20 at 1.3%. So on that presumption, it looks like it covers all of my benefit viewers, but I don't know for certain, so I'm giving full disclosure about that. When I don't know something, I'll make it very clear I don't know how broad the bill is because it wasn't introduced at the time of this recording. All right, let me get to some of your 926 comments after this part. FPUC 2.0. Steve Mnuchin's deal offer for FPUC 2.0 is really good. It's really good. It has one error in it. Not an error, but a thing that I would fix. And Purple Power, do your thing. Be on social media and pushers. Also, Purple Power, push with DeFazio. Say you support him and that you absolutely praise him for doing this great job. And the other one, whose name I just forgot from a few minutes earlier, tell them thank you for your job on this COLA bill. All right, Steve Mnuchin, his FPUC is $400 a week. Wow, $400 a week. And it adds more weeks. Oh, thank goodness. So this is great news. Gives the $400 a week going all the way into mid-January. So this is great news. You'll get more weeks of benefits and more coverage. Now, there's a couple things I want to go over because I don't see in every video. And I thought it's obvious, but I want to make it clear because sometimes things are not clear even when they're obvious. One, that $100 threshold crap Can I say crap? Okay, I just said crap. That $100 threshold crap of LWA is gone. So that it is not in any of these proposals. So don't worry about that. That thing is gone. Second, there was a problem solvers calculation for their FPUC 2.0, which said, well, you got to do this, and then they got to move to the left, and then 2 steps back and 2 steps forward. It's just like, okay, it's not in Steve Mnuchin's bill. Let's just say it's just not there. Steve Mnuchin can't dance. Well, I'm just presuming he can't dance. He's just sort of stiff when he stands. But Steve Mnuchin is very simple. It's just $400 a week. There's no dancing. There's no move to the left and move to the right. It's $400 a week. So bottom line is, when I say $400 a week, I don't mean it's $400 a week, but there's 20 exceptions to it. No, it's $400 a week. Incredible great news. More weeks of benefits mid-January. There's incredible great news. And then there's the thing you got to fix. You know, as Wolf Blitzer said, we can't chase perfect indefinitely. We can't just not have a bill because we're chasing perfect forever. And the thing that's not perfect about Steve Mnuchin's bill is it should be retroactive to late July. That's when FPUC 1.0 expired. And a lot of people did not qualify for LWA, so why are we starting Steve Mnuchin's bill in mid-September? It's just really not clear. Now, I have to address the following issue because it's the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is that if we don't have a stimulus deal and that we basically watch for the Temple of Doom's bill to become law next year under a Biden Senate Democratic environment, how retroactive will Temple of Doom's FPUC be? I want to pre-warn you that Temple of Doom, Nancy Pelosi, historically has left out weeks of benefits for people. She's historically not gone back retroactively to when she's supposed to go back. She's historically said she's going to get to checks later and then not got to the checks later. What I am worried for you, I'm saying it's not a situation yet, but I'm worried for you, is that if we have to wait till March of 2021 to see an FPUC 2.0, she may not go retroactively back very far. She may go retroactively back to just January. And then you're like, well, what about all my FPUC from July to January? July from the last year to January. What are you doing? She may not do anything about it and act like it doesn't even exist. Historically, this Congress has tended to forget, intentionally, seemingly, about retroactive benefits by delaying the negotiation, delaying a deal, and then once you're months later on the path, then they don't go retroactively back to where we lost all those weeks of negotiations. I have to tell you the good and the bad. All right, let me get to some of your 926 comments from yesterday. Nancy, Morgan, it's about time they do something for Social Security benefits because we really fell through the cracks. Balua, that's if Medicare doesn't take up the raise. It usually goes up every year, at least for me it does. Not true. That is the Social Security is doing a 1.3 COLA. It was announced officially yesterday. There's no questions about it. There's no catch to it. Heath, I truly believe our government has let us down. Nicole, I'm on SSI, and everyone who's on SSI knows that when we get an increase, they simply increase Medicare premiums, and we actually lose our money. These COLA squats don't mean anything, really. Interesting. A lot of the stuff I don't know, so I'm going with your comments. Hopefully you can see what other people's reactions are. Juanetta, these healthcare will rise, so most of us will get food stamps and will go down because the money goes up. That's the way it works. Peter, historically when SSI income goes up, HUD income based upon rent goes up, and income based upon food stamps benefits will go down. Another comment similarly. Mike Sam, sounds like POTUS wants to do executive order. James Jordan, incumbents out. Antonia Perez, we still have to wait. They're going to the expensive houses and yachts and their $12 ice cream. Scott Watson, all the world's a stage and the women and men are merely players. Nancy, ignore Mitch is going to lose his seat. I think he's going to win his seat, and I think he's going to become minority leader potentially. Lisa Phillips, $2 trillion. Wow, the devil has really pissed his pants. Let's go, Purple Power. James Ingram, how much is the latest emergency benefits for Social Security? The bill introduced today is 3% COLA compared to the 1.3% COLA for that Social Security has passed Isaac, no stimulus before the election. Tina, we need to get rid of everyone. Marie, McConnell should just be voted out. Peggy, LA, you need to be president's advisory payroll. You need to be on the president's advisory payroll. He listens to your every word. I really do think that Mnuchin and the president are listening to this channel. I mean, you absolutely see that they have understand that this channel is based upon numbers. It's grounded in fact. I don't play favorites, and I want to understand what stimulates the economy and what gets this economy from good to great, from struggling to rebounding. Peggy Cox, won't believe until it's in my hand. All they ever do is down my SSI. No, the COLA is confirmed, 1.3 from Social Security. The 3% is the bill. If you have questions in today's video, drop in the comments below, and hopefully I know the answer to them, because this one's getting a little complicated. As always, go to the channel, subscribe. 300,000, 7,000 subscribers away. Let's get it. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Let's get to 300,000. Also, like this video. Coming up next is Pelosi versus Mnuchin. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay in LA for more.